This is Derech Hashem, third recording. So we're in section 1 of section 1 and chapter 1. And we continue. The Ramchal says, Uva Baruem, Hina Ha'anyanim Rabim V'nifradim. So in the creations, so we are comprised of many, of multiplicity, of many varied aspects. Ulam, we already explained, we already introduced the idea that the reality of Hashem is not something that can be grasped by us. And we can't compare that which we perceive in the creations to the Creator. Because what they're about, their realities are not comparable, they're not equal at all. So that we should be able to compare from one to the other. This is also one of the things that we know from our tradition, from that which is handed down all the way back from Sinai, like we said. And it's also verified with investigation and into according to nature itself, with the laws of nature. She'efshar akopanim shelo yimatze matze echad mishulal mikol hateva chukos gvulav. Because he's saying that it's not possible that there should not ultimately be a being that is a single individual being that is devoid of all, removed from nature, from any laws of nature, bound by any such laws. We call head of chsarin. This being is devoid of all deficiencies. We call riboy v'arkava, all composition. We call yachas v'erech, and from all associations of and connections and valuations. We call mikre abruim, from all of the events that occur to the creations. It's impossible, there would not be such a being. She yiyeh hu hasiba amitis l'kol mitzayis l'kol hamizalabam. That this being, there has to be, right? This being has to be such a being, and this being is the cause, the ultimate cause of everything that exists and everything that happens in with these creations that are subject to all of the above. Ki zulazeh mitzius nimtzos she'anaroim v'hasmarasam hayability afshri. Because without that, so then the reality of the creations that we perceive and their continued existence would be an impossibility. But here we are. Uimah shetzarech sheyed od sheha motzi hazeh izbarach shemay muchrach sheyeh echad v'liyosim. Another idea that we say about the Creator is that he is essential. That it is essential that he be one and not more than one. It's not possible that there should be many creations whose reality is inherent, whose reality is inherently mandated. Ella echad bilvad. It's only one being that has to be this mitzias, this mandated perfect reality. And if there are any other creations, interesting language, if you do find any other creations, then they only exist because of the fact that this primal being, so to speak, Creator, created them out of his will. So the situation is that everything is dependent upon Hashem, upon this being. Mitsuyim Asmam. They are not beings that have inherent reality on their own. Nimtza Klal Hayidiyos Asher Sa'ila Sheish Ham. So the general, this is all very philosophical and difficult to relate to, and we're not presenting it in such a way so that we're backing up the argument. Instead, we're presenting this is the Jewish concept of God. So there are 6 essential statements that we can say about Hashem. V'heim amitas mitziyosai, the reality of His existence. Yisbarach, may He be blessed. Shleimuso, His perfection. Hechreach mitziyosai, the mandate, the essential nature of His existence, so to speak. Heyosef bilti nitle b'ziloso, the idea that He is not dependent upon anything else. Pshituso, His simple translation would be His simplicity, the idea of His non-composition. He's not comprised of multiple parts. Ve'yichudo, and His oneness. That is the end of chapter 1.